project and proposed work. The data images are collected from the CV. It means 2D works to analysis. Complete the process can be in any design from the like graphs, videos, charts, tables, images, and many more depending on the tasks. We are performing and the requirement on the machines. As the result label encoding refers to the process. To convert the data frame using a function data frame, the next step is to import the label encounter class and apply it into the data sets. Types of roads, variables, and heavy traffics like bypass, state highways, and national highways are used in the emergency situations. And the proposed work you are implemented the large way of citing higher quality of three good ranges like you are using the dictionary of NumPy and Matplotlib. Further, imported CV2 and OS. Scale factor specifies how much the image size reduce the image scale. You can learn about the good values is usually. I mean, neighbors parameters specific how many neighbors each candidate rectangle should have in order to retain the parameter and detect the faces. Advantages. The proposed system done really timed. Also, accuracy is high. Proposed system. The proposed system loading speed and execution time is really fast when compared with the existing system. The proposed system highly efficiently scalable and also further improve the complex user cases. Showing the pictures, the heavy traffic used in the original image. The ambulance are stuck in the heavy traffic. We are using the algorithm and using the software detect all the images for like cars and buses and emergency cars is detected to the dummy mail is used to the controller of the room. And literature service, literature service. Emergency vehicles are permitted to travel high speed quickly and destination able to visual and warning signals. On the other road, users required to clear the path of EVS. However, car drivers may sometimes unaware to nearby EVS, leading to delay and response for everyone collisions. Objective: in order to achieve the purpose of this research project, which was investigated whether or not would be possible to apply extreme learning machines to classification audio data, we began investigation to the many different ways in the cloud be done. In conclusion, why we are using the software to detection the heavy traffic signal. But recently, Tamil Nadu government released the create a art for emergency vehicle and emergency vehicle detected to leave the areas because many patients death for the ambulance. So it is not a act. It is a basic knowledge of the people. It's not a good power for people. So we are used this type of software to propose system. And thank you, sir.
Any queries, sir?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. You said that your system is more accurate.
Okay, sir.
Have you done any comparison with the existing one?
No, sir. It start for beginning, so completely finished to compare the projects, sir.
Okay. So is it in the implementation stage now?
Yes, sir. It's 1 to 3 days to implement it, sir.
Okay. So you have not presented any results also, I think so.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all the best.
Okay, sir.
Next paper ID is 014.
Yes, sir. Sir, is it visible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Greetings, everyone, and a very pleasant morning to everyone present here. We, a group of four students, are very pleased to present the presentation on the topic of IoT technology-based new generation secured ATM using biometrics and OTP. Our project guide name is Mr. D. Anand Kumar, sir. And the furthermost slide will be explained by a member, Bala. Bala, please carry on.
Good morning all. I'll go on with the abstract. Automatic teller machines are widely used nowadays by people, but it's hard to carry the ATM card everywhere. People may forget to have their ATM card or forget their PIN number. The ATM card may get damaged, and users can have a situation where they can't get access to their money. In our proposal, use of biometrics and OTP for authentication is used instead of ATM PIN card is encouraged. Here, the fingerprint and OTP are preferred to high priority as the combination of these to be the best among the identification and verification techniques. The fingerprint of the user is identified and the OTP is sent to the appropriate user is given authentication. As a prototype of the system, Arduino microcontroller is used. Next slide, please. Introduction. A biometric system is essentially a pattern recognition system that operates by acquiring biometric data from an individual, extracting a feature set from the acquired data, and comparing this feature set against the template set in the database. By using biometrics, it is possible to confirm or establish an individual's identity. One-time password (OTP) is a password that validates an authentic user for only one login to the respective system. If user is unauthorized, system will allow further access. OTP can be generated by using different cryptographic hash functions that provides a fixed string which can be used as a second-level security at ATM. In generation of OTP, there are many factors that can make OTP unique every time it is generated. Like this. The objective of project is to provide biometric security through fingerprint authentication and OTP in ATM application. When users want to use OTP of the ATM system, the OTP should be produced at the time only with current time and users available data in the present database system, and OTP should be delivered on registered mobile number of the user. The underlying principle is the phenomenon biometrics authentication OTP. In this project, we propose a method for fingerprint matching and minute matching. Next slide, please. This is the block diagram of the project. It's very simple. You go to an ATM and choose a cardless transaction. And you enter your mobile number, register to your account, and you choose either OTP or either fingerprint. When user wants to use OTP of the ATM system, the OTP should be produced at the time only with current time and uses available data in the present database system, and OTP should be delivered on registered mobile of the user. If the user selects biometrics option on the screen, system should get biometric pattern information from stored database and should match the information with current scanned fingerprint. The further will be explained by our teammate. Thank you.
For the first section of the literature survey that I examined, the use of biometrics for authentication is preferred instead of ATM. In the next section, this system is intended to provide greater protection for ATMs to achieve security. And then third section increases the safety and security of human beings in order to facilitate the transaction. And then fourth one, the presented design is unique because of biometric scanners such as iris scanner and a two-way check with fingerprint scanner makes it more reliable. And then fifth section, combination biometrics may help in reducing the ATM frauds and hence can improve the security level of other financial transactions. And lastly, the sixth section, in this mechanism, the cardholder identification, authentication, authorization, and security clearance are boosted. In hardware tools used, we use the power supply unit. The power supply unit is a hardware device that converts AC electricity into DC electricity and then distributes it to the rest of the computer. An Arduino Uno is a low-cost and flexible and is easy to programmable open-source microcontroller board that can be integrated into a variety of electronic components projects. We are using Arduino because it's a very low cost, basically. And in fingerprint reader, the fingerprint reader will work And by scanning a fingerprint grid of tiny capacitors that store electricity, it is discharged only at the points where a fingerprint just touches. And that's how it works. And DC and the motor and driver, they are also used. In software tools, we use Python because it is widely used and well-established language. Python is stable, flexible, and gives us access to a variety of tools. And coming to the conclusion, in a nutshell, this project is developed on the basics of more need of security in ATM banking. Nowadays, there are fraudulence which are emerging ways to create, hack, or crack the ATM pin or ATM card. Use of OTP and biometrics is the best way and to deal with these security threats. This project is using SHA-1 algorithm to generate OTP. With more randomness provided in proposed system after generation of SHA-1 hash strings, that OTP will be sending on registered mobile number of the user, and that will be used to access ATM transaction. SHA-1 is nothing but a OTP generation platform, but it generate 20-bit OTP, and that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, is there
Okay.
any queries?
Okay, very good. Very good. Can you implement the same project using any other software tool that is other than Python?
Suppose we can, sir. But,
Which language, which software tool you can prefer?
Sir, we can go with Java also, but Python is more reliable to use and easy to access, so that's why we go with Python.
Okay. That is actually we use the embedded C, but instead of embedded C, we are using Python. Okay. Anyway, it's good. Okay. Nice. All the best.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you. The next paper ID is 015. Bharat Mohan. Sir. Power quality enhancement of HREC based distribution system using optimized.
Sir, very good afternoon to everyone.
Yes.
Sir, is my screen visible, sir?
Present it in full picture. Presentation mode.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
So, very good afternoon to one and all. First of all, thank the team who has selected my topic for this conference. So, I'll start my topic. So, my topic is power quality enhancement of hybrid renewable energy system based distribution system using optimization techniques. So, in this, I'm going to explain about the introduction, so how it is going to have, and we have what are the different types of renewable energy systems, that is photovoltaic and wind turbine, and how it is going to be interconnected, and later we have battery energy storage system, and using this battery energy and how it is going to be accepted with PID controller here, and at the last we'll be having the results here. So the abstract, within the abstract, the energy, the requirement of the renewable energy has become the prominent role these days. So that is the reason why the demand on the interconnection of the different types of energies, that is wind, photovoltaic, wind, biomass, etc., has become wide demand these days. So to meet this such types of demands, we are going to have some interconnection of any of the two or more renewable energy sources, so to make the power demand of the customers in the distribution system to be as a continuous power supply. So that we can be used by using, that is the major power quality issues, that is by voltage sag, swell, that have been more affected, that are been due to the nonlinear loads and voltage and current flickering, etc. That can be done, and it can be easily eliminated by UPQC, and by proper designing, it can solve various power quality issues. So in the introduction, that is what by using the fax devices, that is by using the fax devices, renewable energy sources, when it is interconnected with the distribution generation, and by using the fax devices. So most of the fax devices supports the power quality, and it increases the system performance. Thereby, you can use even series, parallel, or even the mixture of the devices. So here you can use the UPFC and the DPFC, that is distributed power flow controller here. And here in UPFC we are using the STATCOM and SSC with a DC connection link. So earlier we used to have a PI controller. Now in this modified controller has been having an accurate result. So that is why in this paper we have seen various issues has been compensated. So let us start with the photovoltaic. So how it is the photovoltaic system. So nowadays we are more dependent on renewable energy sources. So photovoltaics is the usage of generating electricity from solar energy without affecting any of the greenhouse gases, that is durable. So that is the reason why we are more focusing on the photovoltaic. So this is how symbol a panel, the building model which depicts the photovoltaic. So in the wind turbine is also one of the reasons. By using wind energy, we'll be having a wind converting system. Using this following equation, we're going to have how much output energy that can be obtained by the rotation of the turbine speed, that can be calculated. And the battery energy storage system. In this battery energy storage system, we have various devices that can be, that is, this is the backup system for if if the photovoltaic and if the wind energy, and by supplying the electricity by both of them, if it is not sufficient, the battery energy storage system will provide the backup for the system. So here we are using uh, FOPID, that is fractional order PID control system, where you can see here that is in the transfer function, the PID controller, so for each value will be using the integrated model is upgraded. And here is the basic model when onto which we can see the conventional basic model. So here is the configuration of the proposed model, where you can see the three types of models, that is solar, wind, and battery. When I'm using with the converting system with the resistance and the inductance, when it is used with the transformer, it is connected to the grid. So we have various types of loads that are being connected, and here in the control circuits where it is being used with the FOPID controller. And the configuration mainly focuses by using the fax device system, that is UPQC, has been discussed as it has been easy and high accurate to use here. So which will even minimize the power quality problems which is connected to the grid when a hybrid renewable energy systems have been used. So here you can see the most of the voltage sag problems, that is the system source voltage and the load voltage and the injected voltage has been affected due to the voltage sag. And whenever the UPQC has been provided to mitigate the power quality problems, some of the linear and stable problems of the system can be easily avoided. So here in this, the harmonic distortion also been calculated, where if it is connected before UPQC and after UPQC. So in the table 1, it discusses the before UPQC, where and here it is proposed with after UPQC. So before UPQC, within the proposed model, so the total harmonic distortion for considering for fifth model, I can say it is 22.42. So the proposed model, it is been improved with 1.16. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Nice presentation, sir.
Sir.
Can you go to first slide?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
The next paper ID is 016. Smart water control and monitoring system with IoT enabled.
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm here, sir.
Yeah.
It's visible, sir?
Please share the PPT. Raghuram.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's visible, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Sir,
Yeah.
good morning.
Yeah. Continue.
Good morning to one and all, sir. My name is S. Bhavanidhyarthi. My teammates is Raghuram, Sridhar, Madhavan. My project guide is Dr. D. Arlanandam, Assistant Professor, ECE. My topic is Smart Water Control and Monitoring System with IoT enabled. What is smart water control monitoring system? The energy water monitoring system is given by the power of monitor your water usage of containing software, hardware, and wireless communication of using sensor. The water quality meter checks the purity of potable waters. The energy of industry leading IoT water monitoring analysis of using helping of industries. Objective. The water is the most important in the human world. What is the most precious and important chemical substance? It is a basic of never lose necessity of human being. The water supply is chronically experiencing of difficulties of real-time operation, owning a lack of water resources of due to decreased rainfall of rain. The drawbacks. There is a more drawbacks of this water IoT. There is a did not control the wastage of water in of urban cities and the street papers, and did not the detect of water theft to the urban of. It is more than used secondly. Agriculture lands is not wastable of waters. It's more high costs. Introduction. The introduction of IoT, the smart water control meter tracks the quality of pressure, consumed quantity of water in a household of industry. An IoT smart water sensor can be used to track the flow of water across the entire plant of over and distribution channel. The helping of leakage detection to detection of water wastages. It is 1% of water of earth of surface which is made to 70% of surface by used by human. It is only one more advantages: detection of leakages and conversation of monitoring of water quality. It is only 1.27 million and rural homes and completely covered 0.13 lakhs 15,917 are not covered by the water to supply a clean drinking waters. 8 urban cities are there are many causes of water leakaging in pipelines. If you have never seen the road of vibration brought by the vehicles, water leakage from what pipes. The from pipes is also caused by the people of breaking steel waters. With this using of water flow sensor, which help identify the pressure of in a pipeline both inside and outside. That will be helpful in order to identify theft of leakaging. My another topic is and continue to my teammates K. Madhavan.
Technology stack microcontrollers. The 80 MHz 32.8p and 8-bit our family microcontroller is used in the Arduino. UNO microcontroller used in the implementation presently at 80 MHz 328. The Arduino Nano is selected with to measure the rate of internal water flow use the water flow meter YFS201. GB, it is a protocol communicating with a teeny low power, low data rate radio device that can be used to build a wireless sensor network and transmit data from sensor nodes to hub. The three categories of a GB device are end node, router, and coordinator. Flow meter. The flow meter analyzes here the YFS201 sensor operates on the all-FI technology. The water passes through the sensor on internal pipeline. Sensor that is connected to a all-FI sensor routers, creating a series of electrical pulse. Thanks. The another topic, outline diagram, my friend.
The outline diagram of the project. The one of the microcontroller is present. The microcontroller, the LCD. If in a water tank, the water can be flows from a water tank. That water flows through various the water flows through a various street. If the water flows in a various street, if the street is blocked, the water leakage is done in a one street, the water will be leaked. The water will be gone to the another street, not cut the whole part of the street. So the microcontroller, the LCD is used to display the places which the water leak can be done, and the motor, the leakage sensor, the leakage sensor is used to detect whether the pipe can be leakage. The motor fault system is used to when any default is occur in a motor or not, and the water flow sensor, how the speed of the water and how water can be flowed, that all are showed when using a water flow sensor. The street 1 and the relay of street 1 and street 2, the water can be flows through one street, and the water can be flows through many streets. But if the water leakage in one street, that street only cut down, and the water can be gone through the another street. The outline of my diagram. The conclusion of my project is, the places where pipeline connections are used, the approaches surgery in this research has the potential to conserve water resources. India needs to handle its water resources intelligently so that it is not wasted. Major communities in a region are once more unable to get water due to an increase in water theft and leakage. The system under consideration can listen the government's problem. As smart cities spread across the globe, it is crucial that they have smart ways to conserve essential resources like water. Smart is more than just having access to free Wi-Fi and utilizing a smartphones to simplify life. It also refers to the ability to consider basic human needs in a more effective and strategic manner. Hopefully, IoT project will result in a significant change and provide water access to everyone. And the main theme of our project is should not waste the water by a single drop, because without the water we cannot survive. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. The next paper ID is 017.
Yes, sir.
Nagaya. Okay. Analysis of efficient classifiers for breast cancer detection using machine learning. Please share your PPT and continue.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, continue.
Yes, sir. Honorable Chief Guest, respected dignitaries, and all my colleagues, a very good afternoon to you all. The topic is analysis of analysis of efficient classifier for breast cancer detection using machine learning. Now, what are the objectives of analysis of breast cancer using machine learning? The main objectives are to examine the difference between the ages and the years of the reported breast cancer cases, to investigate if the rate of breast cancer is increasing or decreasing, and to investigate the significant association between their life conditions. Various techniques are being used to detect cancer at any early stage. Among the use of the various techniques, Supervised learning is the most popular method used in cancer diagnosis. The data set used in the WBC, that is Wisconsin's breast cancer original data set, which is publicly available in the UCI machine learning repositories. The data set involves recording from a fine needle aspirate. Now, what are the proposed methods we have used in this article? We have used three proposed methods: SVM, KNN, and random forest. Here are the training phase and testing phases, the structures and how it works. First, preprocessors, feature descriptor, and the feature data bus. And in testing phase, it is the first takes the query sample, random samples, preprocessing, feature descriptor, and from the data bus, it gets the classifier, and then the recognized output. And here is the flow chart for the detection sample system. Here goes the training phase, and here goes the testing phase. And after doing all this, you got the recognized result. Here are the sample images of cancer and normal images. The first row shows the cancer images, and the second row shows the normal images. Now, in the article, we have classified the 6 features, and that 6 features calculated by using these formulas: mean, variance, standard deviations, contrast, kurtosis, and then the smoothness. Now, let's talk about the one of the proposed method, that is SVM, a support vector machine. A support vector machine is a machine learning algorithm that analyzes data for classification and regression analysis. SVM is a supervised learning method that looks at data and sorts it in one of the two categories. And SVM outputs a map of the sorted data with the margins between the two as far as apart as possible. The SVM are used in text categorization, image classification, handwritten recognition, and in the sciences. A support vector machine is also known as support vector network, and here's a diagram of that. Now, how SVM works? Mainly, SVM is of two types: linear SVM and non-linear SVM. Now, let's see how the SVM works in both SVMs. The first is linear SVM. Now, the basics of support vector machine and how it works are best understood with a simple example. Let's imagine we have two texts, red and blue. And our data has two features, x and y. We want a classifier given a pair of x, y coordinates, outputs if it either is red or blue. We plot our already labeled diagram training data on a plane. This one. A support vector machine takes these data points and outputs a hyperplane. Which in two-dimensional array is simply a line that best separates the two tags. This line is the decision boundary. This is also called the decision boundary. Anything that falls on one side, or if it is classified as blue, and anything that falls on the other as red. But what exactly is the best hyperplane? For SVM, it is one that maximizes the margins from both tags. In other words, the hyperplane, remember it is a line, or in this case, which distance to the nearest element of each tag is the largest. This is the smallest margin, not as good. Now, let's talk about the non-linear data. Second type of SVM. Now, this example was easy. The example was easy since clearly the data was linearly separable. We could draw a straight line to separate red and blue. Sadly, usually things aren't that simple. Take a look at this case. It's pretty clear that there is not a linear decision boundary, a straight line that separates both tags. However, the vectors are very clearly segregated, and it looks as though it should be easy to separate them. So here, we will add a third dimension. Up until we had 2 dimensions, x and y, we create a new z dimension, and we rule that it will be calculated a certain way that is convenient for us. Z is equals to x square plus y. You'll notice that there is the equation of circle. This will give us the 3-dimensional space. Taking a slice of that space, it will look like this. What can SVM do with this? Let's see. That's great. Now, since we are in the 3 dimensions, now the hyperplane is a plane parallel to the x-axis at a certain z. Let's say z is equals to 1. What's left is mapping is back into the 2 dimensions. And there we go. Our decision boundary is circumference of radius 1, which separates both the tags. We get this z is equals to 1, which is we get this x is equals to 1. We just separate that one from blue and red. And then now let's talk about the next proposed method, that which is KNN. That is K nearest neighbor. A K nearest neighbor algorithm, which abbreviated as KNN, is an approach to data classification that estimates how likely a data point to a member of a group or the other, depending on what group the data points nearest to it are in. The K nearest neighbors is an example of a lazy learner algorithm, meaning that it does not build a model using the training set until a query or the data set is performed. And here is the diagram of that new example to classify. How does the KNN works? KNN performs classification or regression tasks for new data by calculating the distance between the new example and all the existing examples in the dataset. But how? Here's the secret. The algorithm solves the entire dataset and classifies each new data based on the existing data points, and that is similar to it. KNN makes predictions based on the trainings known data only. After the user defines a distance function, like the ones we mentioned earlier, KNN calculates the distance between data points in order to find the closest data points from our training data. For any new data point, the existing data point closest to the new data points using the defined distance will become the K neighbors. For a classification task, KNN will use the most frequent of all values from the K neighbors to predict the new data label. For a regression, the algorithm will take the average of all values from the K neighbors to predict the new data value. Now comes the third proposed method, which is random forest algorithm. And here's the diagram of that. Random forest is a supervised machine learning algorithm that is used widely in classification and regression problems. It builds decision trees on different samples and takes the majority vote for classification and average in case of regression. One of the most important features of the random forest algorithm is that it can handle the data set containing continuous variables as in the case of regression and categorical variables as in the case of classification. It performs better result for classification problems. Now, how does the random forest algorithm works? Following steps explain the working random forest algorithm. First, it select random samples from a given data or training set. The second step is the algorithm will construct a decision tree for every training set. Third is voting will take place by averaging the decision tree. And the fourth is finally select the most voted prediction result as the final prediction result. This combination of multi-models is known as ensemble. An ensemble has two methods, bagging and boosting. Now, what is bagging? Creating a different training subset from a sample training data with replacement is called bagging. The final output is based on a majority voting. And now, what is boosting? Combining weak learners into strong learners by creating sequential models such that the final models has the highest accuracy is called boosting. Examples: ADA boost, XG boost, etc. Now we have classified the data set in a 10-fold method. Suppose here it is taking 90% of training and 10% of testing, and here comes the 80% of training, 20% of testing, 70% training, and 30% of testing. In that way, we have calculated that with 10-fold method. Here is the sum of that, and here is the average of that, and the random forest is giving the best result. The methods we have used is MLP, SVM, number of images, normal images, cancer images. And the existing method we have the TP, FP, TN, and FN. Here the TP is nothing; it is just a true positive. FP just nothing; it's just a false positive. TN is a true negative, and FN is a false negative. What are the proposed method we have methods we have used in this article, and with that we have got the result as true positive as 30 and 2, FP as 18.0, TN is 29.1, FN is 18.2. And the classifiers and the accuracy. Here are the existing methods, 6 features. Here the SVM and KNN. Here the results, and the random forest. Here the results are in SN. SN is just nothing, just sensitivity. SP is just a specificity, and accuracy we have got the 96, and FP rate, that is a false positive rate, that is 10. A false negative rate, this is just a 0, and NRM, that is a negative rate measurement, and we have got 5. Here 11, 23. We have got much improvement in this. And now, what is the conclusion? This evaluation approach giving the best result and more accurate because we have tested with tenfold method in this approach. Each and every sample will be tested in different ratios. The random forest classifier has shown best result for this dataset. In further investigation to be done for the more accurate and less computational time classifiers. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Raj.
Sir, is there any queries, sir?
Okay. What are the? I think it is clustering based, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the performance measures that we need to take to estimate the performance of your proposed method?
We have taken data set and just classified in three methods, sir. The different algorithm, same algorithm in different ways, sir. So in that way, we have
Okay.
estimated performance.
What are the metrics that you need to consider to estimate the performance of your
Yes, sir.
Rather, we have taken sensitivity, specificity, accuracy, and precision recall. That are the methods.
Yes, sir.
Those are the measures. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Your comparison also is given. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Comparison also is given. Okay. Nice presentation. Okay. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
The next paper ID is 018.
Yes, I am. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please share your screen. Present your PPT.
Good afternoon to all. My name is Nadishwaran. My name is Nadishwaran from Nanda Engineering College, Erode. I am studying BE in the branch of Electronic and Communication Engineering. Our project title is Let's say we are locate the donor from anywhere at any time. We are the team of 4 members, Nalan Kumar, Mohan Prasad, and Soundar, and I am the team leader S. Nadishwaran. Our project guide is Mr. T. Jayachandran, the assistant professor of ECE. These are the presentation outline about our project. Introduction about our project. First of all, our project is to create application to donate the blood, to donate and accept the blood. Blood donation saves lives every day at various situations. In many emergency situations such as accident, surgery, critical need for specific blood type, blood cannot be manufactured. It can only comes as a gift from people. Even the World Health Organization states that there is many problem to collect the blood from donor and give to the receiver for the acceptor. Here we propose a new and efficient way to overcome such outline. We propose a mobile application to donate and accept the blood from one people to another through the application. Objectives of the main objective of this application is by which anyone will be able to donate and accept the desired blood group at their nearest location at any time through our application. By coming to methodology, the proposed system in order to get the donor information, first the donor needs to register him in the database by filling by the registration form. When the user is seeking for donor, he also has to register in user registration form and then log in as a user. In order to search for donor, add blood group and address in search engine. The backend algorithm of our search engine searches the database and sorts them and shows the result. The result shows the current location and the respective user's contact details. There were several applications like our project, but there is many drawbacks in it. Here are some major drawbacks that I figured out. Volunteers can't give his or her blood to the acceptor through the application. Admin need to monitor all the work. Most of the system are in a web application. There is a possibility to hack your devices. Most of the applications only support neither Android system nor in iOS. Softwares and tools. By coming to software and tools, I assure that our application will overcome those drawbacks and we will done it better. We use a Flutter framework for the front end and Node.js for the backend. Flutter is an open source UI software development kit created by Google. It is used to develop cross-platform applications for Android, iOS, Linux, macOS, Windows, Google, and the web form of single code beta. And Node.js is an open source development platform for executing JavaScript code server-side. Node is useful for developing applications that require persistent connections from the browser to the server and is often used for real-time applications such as chat, news feeds, and web push notifications. Node.js also offers speed in client-server communication and data processing. Developers can also share code and reuse it for both front-end and back-end parts of the application, which make it worthy to use. And we done the code by Visual Studio Compiler to build our project. Why Flutter? Because Flutter is a framework of Dart programming language. It is easy to build a mobile application. By using the Flutter, the application will support both in Android software and iOS. Reduces code development time, expressive and user-friendly UI, which the Flutter can provide. Advantages of a project. Admin is not necessary to monitor the application. There is no third-person involvement. Only the donor and the acceptor are in the project. Raise of blood donor volunteers. Donor and acceptor can communicate with each other without any third-person involvement. Current location. Their GPS location can be shared to the donor or the acceptor. This application will accept both Android and iPhone users. Mobile verification will require us to register, so that is safety and precautions is mandatory. By coming to conclusion, in this paper, we proposed a framework for Android and iOS based application. For the facilitation of blood services, the proposed mobile application will make blood services such as blood donation and requesting for blood easier and convenient. This application can be developed more by using more algorithms and adding GPS technology. Thank you. Is there any queries, sir?
Are there any questions?
From my end, no, there are no questions. All the best. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
The next paper ID is 019. Karupuswamy Balavenkatesh. Karupuswamy Balavenkatesh. Karthik Abhishek. 019. Paper ID 019. Anybody there? Bala Venkatesh, Karupuswamy. Advanced suction based static trash collector using Internet of Things. 019. Next 020. Paper ID 020. 020. Damodar. Karupuswamy, are you there?
Yes, sir. Wait a minute, sir.
Are you ready to present?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please present. Share your PPT.
Visible, sir?
Continue.
Okay,
Good
sir.
afternoon, one and all, sir. Good afternoon, one and all, sir. Our project title is Advanced Suctions-Based Static Trash Collector Using Internet of Things. Our project guide is in Brindamam, Assistant Professor, Nanda Engineering College. Our project author is Balavenkatesh, Karupuswamy, Karthik, Abhishek.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Karupsamy. I talk about the objective. The main objective is to maintain the level of the cleanliness in the city and from an environment which is better for living. By using the system, we can constantly check the level of the garbage bin in the dustbins, which are placed in various parts of the rooms. Continuously monitoring on garbage bins reduce the cost and time on waste of collection. Abstract. In this task collector is very innovative. It will help to keep the room clean. Example hospital, school, college. This trash collector automatically suction the trash in the near. It will automatically alert to the once trash collector full and send to the message the cleaning man in the mobile. The LCD screen showing the status of the garbage level. This collector uses ultrasonic sensor placed over the dustbins to the detect the garbage level. And web page is built to show the status to the user monitoring it. The web page view a graphical view of the garbage bins.
Yeah, Karpuswamy, what happened?
Sir, another member tell about the introduction.
So good afternoon, sir. My name is R. Baltis. I am telling about introduction, sir. The idea of smart garbage collection has gained a lot of interest recently, sir. Huge efforts are made in the field of IoT to maximize the productivity and dependable of metropolitan regions. Summaries the IoT definitions, core process collections and fuel waste, sir. In this work, we describe a smart garbage management system that integrates the cloud with IoT, reducing the need for IoT of labor. For the aim of separating dry and wet rubbish, the suggested smart garbage management system includes moisture sensor. The IoT-based garbage management system really create a system that will maintain clean environment. Basically, the system tracks the amount of the trash information of the website page. Next slide.
Welcome, sir. See the block diagram. The IoT garbage management system is built to microcontroller board platform and IoT web development platform. It is connected to the Wi-Fi modem and it is attached to the ultrasonic sensor. A few hardware used in the process microcontroller, LCD display, microcontroller, transformer, transistor, capacitor, diodes. The software tools are microcontroller compiler, IoT NC program language C. Already seen the block diagram includes rectifier, regulators, Wi-Fi modems, microcontroller and ultrasonic sensors. The transformer is transfer the electric energy from the alternating current circuit to one or more circuit. The rectifier is current convert to the alternating current into direct current. Microcontroller is embedded inside the system to control a singular function in a device. The ultrasonic sensor work by emitting sound waves at a frequency too high for human to hear. The ultrasonic sensors are placed over the garbage bins to detect the level of the garbage collected in the bins and are interfaced with the ultrasonic sensor and also Wi-Fi modem attached to the microcontroller. The power supply applied to the step down transformer. It is step down the 230 volt to 12 volt. Alternating current to the this output is given to the rectifier. We already know the rectifier works to the convert the alternating current to direct current. The rectifier output sent to the both regulators. The purpose of the regulator is maintain the output voltage is constant. One of the regulators output is directly given to the microcontroller through the Wi-Fi modem. This is the process of the inside the system.
The garbage monitoring system step by step used in flow chart diagram. Here, at the start, the garbage is unfilled. The sensor placed over the pins sense the level of garbage composed in the pins. The sensor sense no garbage in the pin. then it does not refer the information the person who are monitoring the control room. Else, if sensor is sense any garbage in the pin at the level of garbage between 0% to 70%, in specifics the level in garbage view. If level between 70 to 100% and buzzer will on at every 10%, then sends information to the concurrent person, the control room, then direct persons collect the garbage. The garbage monitoring system use AVR Studio, PC programming language in MPC and Arduino software. Conclusion. Mainly used this project garbage monitoring system saves lot of towards clean disinfect pollution environment in a building a smart city. This technology is new India. This should be appropriate conscience and alternates among the public before the operation in this technology. Otherwise, sensitive device like sensor might be fault due to rough action the user. In automatic dustbin monitoring system, the order sends all full condition of garbage bins. The provide authorized user appropriate update of the location of the garbage bins and elements that need intermittent manual checks or the overflow garbage bins. The method is finally helping the environment clean. The garbage collection is more effective and operative. Thank you, sir. With any queries, sir?
Okay. How many sensors are you using in our work? What are the different sensors?
Sir, ultrasonic sensor, AVR sensor. Sir, ultrasonic sensor, there are three types of sensors, sir. Human detector sensor and garbage collector sensor, sir.
What is the principle of human detector sensor? How that sensor works?
Sir, in garbage collector monitor system, sir, in the nearby human or trash collector in signaling the LED display, sir.
So you are saying the working, but my question is, what is the principle of working of that sensor? Okay, your work is nice. All the best.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. The next paper ID is 020. Damodaran. Design of 6-stack microstrip patch antenna at 4860 GHz.
Sir, am I audible, sir? Sir, the screen is visible, sir. Good afternoon,
Hemchandra garu. Adi Narayana sir is calling many times to me. Adi Narayana, Mr. Adi Narayana from LAM. Hello? Mr. Adi Narayana from LAM. Dr. Adi Narayana from LAM College. Motad Chalapati, LAM Chalapati College. He's waiting online for his presentation. You please allot a ID for him. Okay. Oh, 5 minutes back. Okay, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, sir. Our project is design of 16 stack microstrip antenna at 48 to 60 gigahertz. Our team members are Damodar, Karthikeyan, Kavindraj, Vignesh, and Vishnu. We are from the Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering from Nanda Engineering College. Abstract. The mobile technology is fast developing nowadays owing to its large impact on social life. Accordingly, there is a need to study the progress of antenna system as there are considered as core device for wireless technology. The modern antenna design allow a single element to be employed in many systems. In introduction, microstrip antenna is low profile and lightweight antenna. It is characterized by its lightweight input impedance gain and radiation pattern. A microstrip patch antenna (MPA) consists of a conducting patch of any planar and or non-planar geometry on one side of a dielectric substrate with a ground panel of the other side. This is the structure of microstrip antenna. In the structure, feed line substrate are present. In the center of the antenna, a patch is present. In structure and design, the proposed configuration uses a aperture and a stacked patch as radiating element. This proposed antenna consists of three substrate layer that uses FR4 substrate layer that have a dielectric constant of 4.6 thickness 1.6 millimeter and transient loss of 0.009. In order to increase the gain of antenna, an air gap of 3 mm thickness and dielectric constant 1 is added between the feed line substrate layer 3 and the substrate layer 2. All the substrate are 104 millimeter into 104 millimeter of. This is the block diagram. This is the block diagram of microstrip patch antenna. It consists of top patch, bottom patch, air gap, ground panel, 2 aperture slot, and feedback network. These are the equations used for the calculating the frequency of the microstrip antenna. In the single stack, we can see the feed, substrate, and patch, and ground panel. In the 4 stack, by using the single stack, we using the 4 layer. This is the figure of the image of the microstrip antenna. Simulation and result. ANSYS SS is a 3D electromagnetic simulation software for design and simulating high frequency electronic products such as antenna arrays, RF or microwave components, high speed interconnected filters, connectors, IC package and printed circuit boards. In conclusion, this article designs, fabricates and measure a microstrip patch antenna that operates in the 48 to 60 gigahertz frequency range. The radiation characteristics of the antenna are significantly enhanced by redesigning the conventional antennas construction. These are the reference used for our project, sir. Thank you, sir.
The next paper ID is 021. Gas leakage tracking system using IoT. Gopinath, Dr. S. Gopinath, Dr. S. Syed Jamesha, Aishwarya, Pragadishwaran. Anybody there, please? ID number 021. Gas leakage tracking system using IoT. The next paper ID is 022. Ramji. 022.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Yeah, please present your PPT.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, I hope my screen is visible. Okay, sure, sir. Good afternoon, honorable present over here. I am Ramji from Nanda Engineering College, studying in the final year of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. I am here to present a paper about automated notifier for institution S. And here are the team members named Monish Kumar, Venkateswaran, and Rahul. And our guide is Dr. S. Kavita ma'am, professor and dean of our Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. And here are the our contents in the in this paper. And the main objective of this project is to notify the task schedule and the academic calendar and class timings for staffs. Nowadays, in most of the colleges, the academic calendar is not properly followed. So, if they want to follow the academic calendar, then they have to notify what the task is scheduled tomorrow. So they have to get the notification about the tomorrow's task in today itself. And the second objective of our project is to generate timetable automatically for individual classes and staffs. Nowadays, generating a timetable becomes a tedious job for the faculties. So they have to see the what are the free house the staffs have, and they have to mainly focus on the collision does not occurs. So our project mainly gives a solution to that problem, and to view the timetable in a easier manner and to increase the efficiency of the work. These are the main objectives of our project. And the next is the abstract. Here, as already I mentioned that all the points. So only here I given the abstract. These can be used by both the students and the staffs. One of the main point is the staffs get the notification about the academic calendar and as well as the timetables for timetable also. But only students get notification about only the academic calendar only. Then the timetable generation is the flow chart for timetable generation. This is a application use Android and iOS. These are the things give us input to the tab. First, we have to choose the courses, subjects, labs, lectures, how many students, how many
Ramji, your voice is breaking. Yeah, what happened, Ramji? Am I audible, Ramji?
So now it's audible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. As I already said that we have to give the input as the courses, subjects, labs, lecturers, and students. Then the rules and constraints in the essence, we need to give the input as how many, if the lab for means we need to put the lab for continuously 4 hours. And if we need to put the continuously for 2 hours any subject means we have to give the rules and the constraints in the tab. And as I already mentioned that the students and staffs both gets a notification about the task schedule in the academic calendar. So only they can easily able to follow the academic calendar. For example, suppose if tomorrow is a CAT exam, means today today night itself at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. or 5 p.m. and they are getting notified that tomorrow is a CAT exam. The notification is for both students and the staffs. And for timetable generation, we are going to use the genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm is nothing but it is very helpful for timetable generation. Here is the flow chart. As I already mentioned in this previous flow chart, same as that flow chart. We have to start then insert person, subject, and rooms. As I already mentioned that what are the lecturers' names, staff, subjects they are going to handle, and the room number and the department. We have to give both as the input and the connections between person, subjects, and we have to mention what is the time interval of the subject. If the period is 1 hour, means we have to give that 10 to 1. We have to give that 1 hour. One subject is 1 hour. That like, and we have to mention the interval time. What is the timings of the interval, and we have to insert the time slots, and then we are going to implement the genetic algorithm. Means it gives the result of the timetable. And then the advantages of this smartphone application is that saves times and efforts, as I already mentioned that making a timetable is a tedious job for the faculties. So it's if they do a timetable manually, means it takes much time, and they need support from the other faculties. With a single person, he or she can't able to put a timetable, because he or she have to know whether the collision occurs or not. So it saves time and efforts, and reduces, as already said, reduces confusion and error, and simplifies the process and gives easy customization, smooth integration, easy calculation, and provides a paperless environment. For example, if we do a timetable, means we have to do a tabular column, and have to use the pen, and we have to root. If already the subject is exist, means you have to strike out and write it. So in this we are go with a paperless environment, and 80 to 90% of optimum timetable is generated through this app. And the disadvantages is nothing but this is not a disadvantage. We try to overcome this. As for now, we mentioned this disadvantages. We are trying to overcome these disadvantages. As for now, we only concentrate on the only one timetable is going to generate at a time. In future, we can able to generate multiple timetables for multiple departments using the algorithms. And as already my colleague mentioned that he also using the same softwares to build the app. As I already mentioned, the front end I'm going to use the Flutter, and the back end Node.js, and the compiler Visual Code Studio. As all of you know that already about these three, my colleague already mentioned this. So just skip this slide. And future scope. Future scope in essence, as for now, I'm going to generate timetable only for our department only. In future, we can add more features, and this app can able to generate the timetable for the whole university and whole school and any organization, as any organization timetable management. And coming to the conclusion part, this application surely helps the faculty to generate a timetable becomes a major issue. It is very helpful for them to generate a timetables, and it is a very easy process for them. Simply they have to enter the details, and simply they can click the generate. The timetable is generated. They no need to work physically, and as well as this smartphone, this smart application helps for. Helps to follow the academic calendar completely. As I already said that nowadays I think as from my point of view, most of the colleges are not following the academic calendar correctly. So this apps will very useful for them to follow the academic calendar which task schedule in that app. That's all about me. Sorry, that's all about the application. Thank you. Any queries?
Thank Thank you. Nice presentation. No questions.
Hello. Very
Yes, sir.
good.
Shivu sir.
Everything is fine. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Next, call the next number, next paper.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Can I
afternoon.
present now, sir?
023. The next paper is 023.
1 minute, 1 minute. 023?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
023.
Can
Open
I
your
present now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
023. You are 023.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can
Please
do.
present your
Okay.
PPT. Share your PPT.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Vikas from Nanda Engineering College. I'm gonna present a project about implementation of high-efficient one-bit full adder using pass transistor technology. My team members are Yoganath, Vikas, Vinod, Balasantosh. My project guide is Niji ma'am, assistant professor from Nanda Engineering College. The objective of the project is to design one-bit hybrid full adder using pass transistor technology as implemented instead of CMOS technology, which offers low power consumption, less delay, high efficiency, and good performance too. A pass transistor is a transistor used as a switch to pass logic levels between nodes of the circuit instead of switch connected directly to the supply voltage. The abstract of this project is in digital and VLSI system, adder plays a vital role. In a digital system, arithmetic operation have an essential role. The proposed method is investigated using pass transistor technology for full adder. The proposed architecture demonstrates reduction in power consumption and delay-based simultaneous results. Full adder is a heart of any digital and data processing applications. The basic operation of the most arithmetic component is the binary addition. The addition is the most basic arithmetic operation. The study of analysis of the adders has been carried out. The design and analysis of one-bit hybrid full adder is most efficient and normal full adders. This form of hybrid full adder has reduced the delay and increasing efficiency. The technology is mainly used in microcontrollers and nanotechnology. We implemented a pass transistor in a full adder to reduce the size of the components. If we reduce the size to nanometers, like 22 nanometers, we can use it in nanotechnology, in a microcontroller, microprocessor, anything in embedded systems. The advantages of this proposed system: pass transistor has a simple design than a CMOS design. The reuse of already available signals. The signals can be reused in this system. And the low contribution to the static power. The static power is a dissipation occurs in the form of leakage current when the system is not powered or is in standby mode. Full adders are useful in arithmetic logic unit systems. The full adder is essential creation of circuits and such as multiplexers. I have done literacy surveys of 3 papers. Implementation of power 1-bit hybrid full adder 22 nanometer using CMOS technology. We use this pass transistor technology instead of TMOS using this paper. High speed ultra low power carry out 1-bit full 4-bit carrier look adder. Improved speed and power consumption of serial addition carrier look adder. This is a merit of the second paper. The demerit is complex hardware, so we use the very simple hardware instead of that. Design, third topic, design and implementation of high-speed hybrid full carrier adder. It improved speed. It is the merit of that. The adder blocks must be sliced into blocks to skip adder. Our adder 1-bit full adder doesn't skip any adders. The software used are Tanner EDA and Stylings. Why we use Tanner EDA? In the part of cadence and steps, there is Tanner EDA use, which is L editor. This is a layout editor. We can use simultaneous and any embedded circuits. Tanner has been acquired by the Mentor Graphics in 2015. So both EDA provides measure the tools. The layout verification by Calibrate, so both tools provide words and provide also high-end digital P&R tools called Olympus or Tanner LEDit can be run Linux, Windows OS, Node license or as network license. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. The next member ID is 024. 024. Sudarshanan. Sudarshanan. 024 Sudarshanan. Sudarshanan. You are not audible.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
We are getting disturbance from your side.
Sir, now I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, audible, but we are getting disturbance from your side.
Sir, I don't know, sir. What is the issue? Sir, wait a minute, sir. Sir, now I present my screen, sir.
Yeah, okay. Please continue.
Yes, sir.
Share your PPT.
Yes, sir. Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, first of all, thank you for allowing me to present this PPT, sir. Sir, I am Sudarshanan. I am from Nanda Engineering College, Department of ECE. Sir, now I am going to present about a hybrid full ladder using novel XR gate for low power applications, sir. Sir, my team members are Sudarshanan. I am myself Sudarshanan, G. Sridhar, Vigneshwaran, Jnanakumar, sir. Sir, our project lead is Mr. G. Prabhakaran, sir, Professor of ECE Department. Sir, let us see the contents. What are the contents present in this PPT, sir? Objective, abstract, introduction, literature survey. In this literature survey, we are going to what are the projects are developed and block diagram, software to use, advantage and disadvantage, conclusion, sir. Sir, abstract, sir. Sir, in this main motto of this project is to reduce low power consumption with better performance, sir. By using full ladder logic circuit, plays a vital role in design of various digital modules. Sir, full ladder performs arithmetic operation. With the help of full ladder, we performs arithmetic operations, sir. By which employs the pass transistor logic (PTL), CMOS logic, and transmission gate logic. Uh, the improvement in the terms of power delay product PDP, it may be applicable for basic building blocks of low power VLC circuit designs, sir. The main purpose of this project is to reduce the delay, time delay. Sir, objective of this project is to design a low power hybrid full ladder by using fast transistor logic, CMOS logic, and transmission logic that carry generation logic circuit. Sir, transmission logic means A transmission gate in analog gate similar to relay that can conduct in both directions are blocked by control signal with almost any voltage, sir. Uh, Nowadays, let's see about introduction. Nowadays, everyone have mobile phones, laptops, and such personal digital assistant devices, etc. Uh, we can, by using this project, we can improve our speed of efficiency and to reduce the delay, sir. The main purpose of this project is to reduce the delay and speed consumption to reduce the time delay, sir. In the Sir, very large-scale integration designers are mainly focused towards minimum power delay characteristics on the circuits. Let's see about literature survey, sir. Sir, in 2019, the second start, sir. In 2019, low power and high speed full adder using XR and XNOR gate has been implemented. The merit of this project is good driving capability as well as robustness against transistor sizing is reduced and supply voltage scaling. The demerit is the 9A, 9B, and 13A full adders and the 10 transistors are threshold gives threshold voltage loss of fast transistors. Now our purpose of the project is the standard of complementary CMOS style-based address with 28 transistors. The demerit of this project is it has high input capacitance and buffers are occurs. Buffer sometimes occurs. Sir, coming to the next slide, the fourth one, sir, design of low power VLSI circuit using energy efficiency adiabatic logic, sir. In 2013, it was implemented. The merit of this project is recently improving power saving, sir. It improves power saving and energy. Demerit of this project is it consumes energy, large delay, and across the diode in the charging path. Power dissipation occurs in the across the diode in the charging path, sir. In 2012, the design and performance analysis of hybrid adders for speed arithmetic circuit has been implemented. In 2012, this merit of this advantage of project is low power consumption with smaller area and higher speed, but it has main disadvantages like high speed cannot be accomplished simultaneously, sir. Sir, block diagram. Block diagram of this can be this diagram performs XOR operations, sir. But we have add and carry inverter, so this block diagram performs XOR operations, sir. The proposed hybrid 1-bit full adder shows enhanced performance in power consumption and power delay product as compared to ordinary CMOS design, sir. Sir, software tool used in this, we are going to, there are so many softwares in the very large scale design integration, but we have choose Tanner EDA tool, sir, because why we are choosing this tool means Tanner EDA tool is easily usable and give design entry, sir. It gives the power you need to handle most complex mixed signal IC design capture, sir. And it helps to check hundreds of physical and electrical design rules for those transistors. The results are less risk downstream, higher yield, and quicker time to the market. The EDA helps product companies achieve more complex chips with lower costs, with as well as in shorter time. Coming to the next is coming to advantage and disadvantage, sir. The main advantage is it is a minimum complexity, easily scalable, and easily pipelined, sir. As well as we said, it is a better. We mainly focus on better performance, regular shape, easy to place and route. The disadvantage is it consumes a little bit large area because of using transistors more for high speed, so it consumes large power, large area with more digital gates, resulting in chip area, sir. Sir, conclusion of this project. Sir, as we said, 1-bit hybrid full adder is designed, which is a platform, but we using technology as 90 nm. The transistor count is increased because increase of designed hybrid full adder, less than reported hybrid style, sir. The designed hybrid full adder has less power and the power delay product compared to the existing full adder design. The results of the proposed hybrid full adder have improved in overall performance in terms of power, sir. So thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Next paper ID is 025, Dr. Y. Adinarayan garu. By interior ideals of semirings.
Okay, sir. Sir, this is Dr. Y. Adinarayana, sir. So, working as an associate professor in Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology. So, my paper title is By Interior Ideals of Semirings, sir.
Sir, can you please share your
Okay, share it. Okay, sir. Just a minute, sir. Sir, are you visual, sir? Okay, sir. Sir, my paper title is By Interiors of Semirings, sir. So this paper is associated with M. Murali Krishna garu and Dr. B. Venkateswarlu, my guide, sir. Actually, this paper overall 4 topics, sir. It divided to 4 categories. First one is introduction, second category is preliminaries, third category is main results, and the fourth one is references, sir. So first of all, what is the introduction of this paper, sir? In this paper, we use some different definitions, sir. That definitions are derived some others, different others. First of all, this is based on the totally semirings, sir. First of all, semirings, the best algebraic structure, which is a common generalization of rings and distributed lattice, was first introduced by American mathematician Vandever, sir. This is the totally based on the semirings, sir. In the semirings, we have some different definitions, sir. That definitions are derived some others, different others. Henriksen and Shabir studied ideals in semirings. Similarly, in ideals in semirings was introduced by Lodges and Sages, and Stanfield first introduced the notation of Cauchy ideal for semigroups and for rings, and another author is Iskin introduced the concept of Cauchy ideal for semirings. And finally, in this paper, the most of the definitions are introduced Murali Krishna garu, so that is K. Murali Krishna Rao, and he introduced some different types of definitions based on that papers, using some, all the papers are based on this Murali Krishna garu. So introducing by Cauchy ideals in semirings, by Cauchy ideal and fuzzy by Cauchy ideals in semirings. These type of definitions are introduced Murali Krishna garu. So the total papers, my total papers are based on that Dr. K. Murali Krishna garu, sir. So this paper, the object, main motto of the paper is as a further generalization of ideals, we introduce the notation of bi-interior ideals as a generalization of Cauchy ideals, bi-ideal and interior ideals of semirings, and study the properties of bi-interior ideals of semirings. Totally, this total paper is based on the bi-interiors of semirings. Finally, you have to prove M is, suppose M is the notation of bi-interiors of semirings. So M is a division semiring with, then M is a bi-interior simple semirings. We have to prove that
theorems. We have some 10 to 15 theorems are proved in this paper, sir. First of all, this is the abstract of that paper. And then first category is the preliminaries. In preliminaries, we defined 10 to 15 definitions, sir. In this paper, using these 10 to 15 main definitions. So here discuss about the first main definitions, or what is the semi-ring. First of all, this total paper is based on the semi-rings. First of all, what is semi-ring? So in this semi-ring is a set S together with two associative binars, that is addition and multiplication, is associated with the group, then that is called a semi-ring. It satisfies three conditions. One is addition is a commutative operation. Second one is the multiplication distributes over the addition both from left and right from the distribution. So third one is there exists a null value, that is 0 belongs to S, such that left and right, that is addition and multiplication, x plus 0 equal to x, and also x into 0 is equal to 0 for all x belongs to S. Then satisfy these three conditions, that set is called semi-rings. This is the basic definition in this paper. And next one is we have some different definitions. Mainly the important definitions are, this is the main definition. A non-empty subset A of semi-ring M is called sub-semi-ring. What is sub-semi-ring? What is quasi-ideal? What is bi-ideal? And finally we define bi-quasi-ideal. That means a non-empty subset of M is called sub-semi-ring of M. If it satisfies the condition is A into A is subset of A, then the set is called sub-semi-ring. So similarly, quasi-ideal of M means that it satisfies AM into AM intersection B, M A is subset of A, then the non-empty subset of M is called quasi-ideal. Similarly, we defined bi-ideal of M, an interior ideal of M mainly. This is the important definition in this paper. So AM is subset of A, then that M is called an interior ideal of M. Similarly, finally we define bi-quasi-ideal of M means if A is left bi-quasi-ideal and right both are satisfy that condition, then that set is called bi-quasi-ideal. These are the important definitions how to prove this paper, sir. Finally, three important topics in these three important conditions statements are proved. That is, one is a semi-ring M is a left simple semi-ring if M has no proper left ideal of M. That is the first point. And second point is a semi-ring M is a quasi-simple semi-ring if M has no proper bi-quasi-ideal of M. That is the second condition. And third one is a semi-ring M is said to be simple semi-ring, then the subset M has no proper ideal. Finally, using these three conditions, we prove this paper, sir. Finally, the second category is the main. Third one is the main result. What is the result of this paper, sir? So in this paper, we introduce some different types of theorems, sir. Mainly 10 to 15 theorems are derived based on that definitions. Mainly two important definitions in this paper. That is, the first one is bi-interior ideals of semi-ring. What is bi-interiors of semi-ring means a non-empty subset B of semi-ring M is said to be bi-interior ideal of M if B is a subring of M and also it satisfies another condition, that is MBM intersection BMB is subset of B. Then it satisfies this condition, then that semi-ring B is said to be bi-interior of a semi-ring. And another definition is a semi-ring M is said to be bi-interior simple semi-ring if M has a no bi-interior ideal other than M itself. Then based on these two definitions, we prove some 10 to 15 theorems, sir. The main theorems are, we have only statements, sir. So in pull paper, we derive that theorem and statement and proof, sir. The main headings are the statements, sir. The first one is let M be a semi-ring. Every left ideal is a bi-interior ideal of M, and similarly every right ideal is a bi-interior ideal of M, sir. Left and right, these two ideals are bi-interior ideals of M, and then automatically so every quasi ideal is also bi-interior ideals of M. Every quasi ideal is bi-interior automatically, so every ideal is a bi-interior ideal of M. So every bi-interior ideal of M, then Bm and MB are bi-interior ideals of M. So similarly, this type of some theorems are derived, and that statements and proofs are produced in that overall paper, sir. Similarly, finally, these are the main important theorems in this paper. So finally, the main theorems in that paper are in last three theorems, sir. This is the last three theorems. Let B is a sub-semi-ring of M. If B is a bi-interior ideal of M, then B is a bi-quasi ideal of M. And similarly, let M be a semi-ring if B is a bi-interior ideal of M and T is a non-empty subset of B, such that BT is an additive semi-ring of M, then BT is a bi-interior of M. And finally, last theorem is if M is a field semi-ring, then M is a bi-interior simple semi-ring. So this type of theorems are derived based on that some different types of definitions. And finally, the last topic is the based on the some references. So here these are the some references. Reference papers are based on these some 14 to 16 papers. Based on that papers, we derive these overall theorems, sir. This is the final paper of this bi-interior ideals of semi-rings, sir. This is the total paper based on that references, sir. So finally, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next, the paper ID is 026 Venkateshan N.
Very good, sir.
Hello, sir.
Adnan, sir, very good.
The next paper ID is 026 Venkateshan N.
Yes, sir, I am audible to you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Please continue.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Share your PPT.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. We are from Nanda Engineering College, Department of ECE. Our paper title was S-band horn antenna for radio astronomy. Our team members are Venkatesan N, Lal Divi Sagar, Pradeep and Vasantan. Our project guide was Mr. P. Kogila, Associate Professor of ECE. That was the presentation outline, introduction, objectives, abstract, drawbacks, software and tools, advantages and conclusion. That was the introduction of our project. Radio telescopes directing and amplifying the radio waves from the space, turn them into the signals that astronomers use to enchant and understanding. Yes, sir?
Can you rotate your mobile horizontally?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Then it will be good.
It was clear, sir?
Can you rotate your mobile or matter horizontally?
Okay.
காத்தாலும் பார்த்து 700 பேருக்கு
Sir,
Continue. We are
the
getting
PDF,
disturbance from your
sir,
side.
sir, Venkateswaran T will switch off from me.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. Uh, that was the presentation outline, sir. Introduction, objective, abstract, drawback, software tools and advantage, and conclusion, sir. That was the introduction of our project. Radio telescope detect and amplify the radio waves from space, turning them into the signals that astronomers use to enhance our understanding of the universe. That was the main objective of our project. That was the main objective of our project. And design the medium then calculated on antenna in CubeSat application with using S-band and the frequency range used to 3 to 4 GHz to 6 GHz for the detection of the radio astronomy. And the abstract of our project, the CubeSat is commonly used for the low Earth orbit low Earth orbit are used for the solar cell conversion. The solar light is stored in the lithium-ion battery. The radio astronomy is the subfield of the astronomy. The resonant object of the radio frequency, the S1 frequency range 2 to 4 GHz, is used for designing the horn antenna. Horn antenna is used to do the high-speed and inter-satellite links where the high data rates are served in the transmit the bulk data. They are used for the remote sensing application. Designing and simulation of the horn antenna, which was a microwave domain frequency of 3 GHz to improve the main gain of the antenna. The coherent antenna was used for the frequency range of 3:7 to 6 GHz. Drawbacks of the horn antenna. Horn antenna does not provide a sharp and directive beam. Usually gain of horn antenna is limited of 20. Flare angle design will be detected and directively. The length of the flare and flare angle should not be extremely small. The antenna directly depends on the flare angle. That was the software tool used in this project. It was a 3D electromagnetic software used to design the high frequency electronic products such as antennas, antenna arrays, RF microwave components, high speed interconnected filters and connectors, IC packages printed on the circuit boards. And the advantage of the microwave antenna, it is a simple construction. It delivers the accurate directively. It offers the bandwidth about 10%. On antenna along with the parabolic reflector, it can deliver the high beam gain. On antenna have the no resonant element. They can operate over a wide range frequencies. That was the main type of horn antennas, the H-plan, E-plan antennas. That was the conclusion of our paper. In this paper, we have proposed the application of the radio astronomy using the horn antenna and the S-band. This mentioned that the very useful for the identification of the emitting radiation. The S-band,
లాస్ట్ పేపర్ జరుగుతుంది అయిపోతుంది సార్ జాయిన్ అవుతారా
the S-band frequency is used to design the horn antenna. Thank you, sir. That's
బాలమురళి చలపతి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ వాట్సాప్లో మీరు పెట్టింది
என்னடா ஆகணும் குழந்தை வந்து பார்த்துட்டு
చలపతి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ అయింది
வெங்கிட்டு
ల్యాబ్ అయిపోయింది ఆ తర్వాత
ஆஞ்சு கூப்பிட்டுருக்கான் படக்கும் கண்ணாலன்
Hello, sir.
Yeah, come.
Yes, sir. Completed, sir. Completed, sir.
Thank you. Nice.
Thank you.
Sir, Balamurali sir.
No more questions from my end.
Sir,
Good presentation.
not question,
Okay,
sir. We
carry on.
completed the session, sir. We completed the
Okay,
paper.
okay.
Hello.
All the papers are presented?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me conclude.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, you can conclude. Sir?
At the outset, I would like to thank Sivdu sir, the General Chair, and M. Sundar sir for coordinating the event from the beginning. A special thanks to keynote speaker who is attended from SV University, and I thank the management, principal, vice principal of Chalapati Institute of Technology for supporting this conference. And this is a great success again. So this is the third instance, as I mentioned earlier. I appreciate all the others who have presented their research contributions, and I appreciate especially the MTech students who participated from different corners of Tamil Nadu for presenting, for choosing this platform for their career development. So it's a big success. Thank you all for joining with Chalapati Institute of Technology in collaboration with IIRM. Let us meet again in another event. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So thank you to our convener, Balagamurali Krishna, sir. Thank you to our M. Sundar, sir, coordinator, M. Sundar, sir, and thank you to our principal, sir, and vice principal, sir. So thank you to all the others for supporting us smoothly to conduct this event. So this evening onwards, we would like to send the e-certificates to you. After completion of the proceedings, we will send the e-proceedings to your email ID. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the participants. Thank you again.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank
sir.
you, M. Sundar garu. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Sir, Sivdu sir, can I
Bye.
end the session, sir?
Recording anta okay ga?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can I end?